you a man or woman of action? Do you think Bruce Willis is the best actor in the world? If you do, check out Dynamite Cop on the Dreamcast, a game that's got more stunts and fights than your average Die Hard movie. Like any action-obsessed combat game, the plot is really rather simple. The president's daughter has been kidnapped by a badly dressed madman, and you've got to get her back, namely by fighting your way through screens of increasingly tough baddies. Fortunately, though, their leader isn't the brightest man in the world.
Hurry up with that bomb! And where is that girl? Find her and bring her to me.
Whilst you can play the game by yourself, we found it was much more fun to battle away with a friend. Not only does this effectively double your attack, but best of all, you can use your mate as a weapon by picking him or her up and using them as a kind of large club. It's this humorous aspect to the game that makes it fun to play, with other bizarre weapons including bowls of fruit and huge fish. Unfortunately, Dynamite Cop is possibly the shortest game in history. We completed it in under half an hour, and whilst there are 3 different routes to follow, together with a survival and versus mode, it just doesn't keep you interested. OK, time for our competition now, so grab a pen. This week's prize is a PlayStation and a copy of MTV Sports Snowboarding to play on it. So here's your chance to speed your way into the record books with this adrenaline-charged winter wonder. To win this prize, call our number and answer this question. What is the name of the famous cyber babe in the Tomb Raider games? Is it A, Laura Ashley, B, Lara Croft, or C, Annabelle Croft? If you think you know, call 09009 113333. Please dial carefully and don't forget to ask permission from the person who pays the telephone bill first. We'll put up the question and number again at the end of today's show, so get dialing and good luck. Coming up, we go racing at Monaco, check out the new Half-Life and see some multiplayer mayhem. Anyone who's played Half-Life knows that it's much more than just another Quake clone. Blending a great plot with interactive characters, fantastic weapons and superb interconnecting levels, it instantly became a classic. And now, hoping to emulate its success, Half-Life Opposing Force has arrived, an add-on pack that's just as innovative as the original. Like any expansion pack, there's a host of new weapons to use, enemies to fight, and even a pair of night vision goggles to help you in the dark. But where, you may be wondering, is the innovation? Well, we had a chat with Gabe Newell, Half-Life's creator, to find out what makes Opposing Force so different.
In Opposing Force, it's actually a very interesting story because it occurs at the same time that Half-Life occurs. And you're playing as part of a group of the military people, except you essentially decide that maybe what's happening here isn't right, and because of what happens to some people in the squad that you're part of.
And as you're playing at exactly the same time as the original, you'll even get to meet, well, yourself.
A couple times in the game, you'll actually run into Gordon Freeman. Gordon won't know it because, as you know, when Gordon was playing the game, he never saw a group of grunts who were protecting him. But you will actually learn that Gordon was able to complete his missions because of various things that were going on behind the scenes.
For anyone who's completed Half-Life, Opposing Force is the ultimate addition. Superb level design, quality visuals and immersive sound effects all combine to make this the best add-on pack you can get. If you're more of a hopeless painter than a master artist, you need help from the Smart Team. Get Get Smart with Art is a brand new interactive CD-ROM that combines video, animation, painting and drawing. The layout of the title is very simple, and if you follow the instructions carefully, then the tasks will slowly become more complex.
Finally, add ears, eyes and a little wet nose.
There are many useful tips demonstrating art techniques. For instance, have you ever wanted to know how to draw lightning?
Now, if you carefully smudge the lines of your lightning, it will glow.
Once you've learnt basic drawing techniques, you can think about creating a picture. Picture composition is very important, so you can experiment to change perspective, viewpoints and lighting to achieve an aesthetically pleasing result. Can you guess who this character is? This is Morph, a pliable plasticine person. Morph makes an appearance on this CD-ROM along with his tiny friends, who you have to return to the box by clicking on them with the mouse. If you fancy taking a break from painting, you can visit the cinema. Many short animated films of Morph are featured, so you can watch him and his friend Chaz get into trouble. Morph's films are very, very funny, but if you're serious about improving your artistic skills, then Get Smart with Art can do just that. The simple yet essential techniques featured will get you well on the way to becoming a competent artist. More reviews now, and it seems that every console needs at least 2 Formula 1 games, and the Dreamcast is no exception. Here's Monaco Grand Prix Racing Simulation 2, one of the most detailed races in the genre. Although the lack of an official license makes it feel slightly unrealistic, it has just about everything else. Whilst the arcade mode contains only basic options, the simulation section has enough detail to make any F1 enthusiast happy. Every possible part of the car can be customised, and you'll even experience mechanical failure during a race, just like real life. The graphics are incredibly realistic, with great-looking circuits and pixel-perfect cars. This attention to detail will definitely appeal to hardened driving fans. The vehicle's handling stands out too. It takes a while to get used to, but is ultimately very rewarding. Even in the slightly easier arcade mode, the smallest mistake will see you spinning off the track. If you want to test your driving skills to the limit, Monaco Grand Prix 2 will do just that. If you're after instant fun, you may find it disappointing. Onto a game where you still get to drive fast cars, it's just that they don't necessarily belong to you. The sequel to the hugely successful but highly controversial GTA has arrived, and once again it gives you the chance to be a bad guy. GTA 2 is visually superior to its predecessor and offers you many more opportunities to cause chaos in the city streets. The aim of the game is to win respect from 3 rival gangs. You can do this by performing various tasks or jobs. After a while, the action does become repetitive and can be quite violent at times, but the missions later in the game do vary and will require some thought as well as skillful driving. GTA 2 is a worthy sequel, and car-crashing fans of the original will be fighting to grab a copy.
Busted!